This is Stan Matthews, and I love spotlighting and sharing well-kept secrets like DwayneRoss.com. DwayneRoss.com is a welcome home to anyone that wants to publish their own book and has a passion to tell their story. Writing a book with your own unique flair is a powerful affirmation and celebration of your unique life journey. Ready to publish your own book? Go to DwayneRoss.com right now. He'll be glad to show you how.
So what's up, people? How y'all doing? This is me, D. Ross, Dwayne Ross, the author of the book No More Crumbs from the Table, celebrating you experiencing your tag, your talent, your ability, and your gift, and putting it to work in the earth. I am so excited about being part of this virtual summit, and I have something just for you. If you're a business owner or you're a person who has this craving story, it's the story that somebody said to you, you know, you should write a book about that. Or maybe you have this journey that you've taken in order to get your business started. I mean, you've been through hell and high water, but you never stopped. You never gave up. You continued to go forward. Well, I want to invite you to write your story. I want you to take that story and turn it into a bankable book. That's exactly what I want to talk to you today about. I want to talk to you about how you could take that story and turn it into a lead generation magnet or lead magnet that will actually help you generate more clients, generate more clientele, and actually just let people know what you do. Now, as an author myself, I remember how difficult it was for me to get self-published. I'm trying to tell you, to get published at all, first I'm putting out letters, I'm sending information. I actually had the book kind of made and I sent it to different people thinking, you know what, they'll love it and they'll invite me and everything will be cool, but it never happened. Not like that. Back in 2000, I actually said, okay, what other method can I use? And in 2004, that's how long it took for me to figure this out. 2004, I self-published my first book, which was No More Crumbs from the Table. It was basically a workshop. And every time I would go to the workshop, I would continue to just have a really good time with people. But someone pulled me to the side one day and they said, Dwayne, you know, you got all these people excited about their purpose and their passion and their goals and their tag, their talent, their ability to gift, but you don't have a book. And I was like, you know, it's just too much. I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to start. I tried to get me a publisher, and they said, well, why don't you just do it yourself? And it never occurred to me that I could do it myself. I actually thought it was just way, way, way too much. So fast forward to 2004, where I actually produced the book. And that one book, I sold it for $9.99, $9.99. And someone had sent me a letter saying, hey, we're interested in knowing more about your workshops. And I sent them the book as a gift. I said, here's the, you know, here's what I do. Here's my, you know, speaker sheet. Here's the information about me doing training and development. But here's also my book, No More Crumbs from the Table. And when they got the book, they came back to me and said, we want to have you as our keynote speaker. And that particular one speech, they gave me $3,000 to talk for like an hour and like 10 minutes. I mean, it was some ridiculous number of time, of moments, but it was defining for me because I found that I could put value into a book, leave that environment, but people still want to participate with me. And so today I want to introduce you to this concept as well. You've probably seen it here and there, but I just want to kind of, you know, take some time to kind of walk you through it. So I got a presentation that I created just for you and everyone here at the Comeback Summit. And I'm going to go ahead and start this. Hopefully you can see my screen here. Start from the beginning. Let's get this party started. So write your bankable book, how to create a self-published book that gets more clients. Now, I can tell you that I do this class at the community college. I'm in the state of Maryland, and I teach this class at what's called CSM, College of Southern Maryland. But I've been invited to this workshop here by my friend Rob Howes. Shout out to Rob and Shay Brown. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me the opportunity to be here on this platform. But this way, I wanted to bring something to you that you could use, and it's called your bankable book. Now, as the author, speaker, coach, I coach people on self-publishing. And one of the things that I talk to them about is what do you want your book to do? What exactly you want your book to do for you and for your clientele? Now, here's the thing about this. So many times people are looking for, what can I get from me? What's in it for me? I want you to think differently. Think about what can you do for someone else, and then how that thing that you do for someone else brings you more clientele, brings you more customers, bring you more opportunity, opens a door for you, opens a window, wherever it may be. All right. I want you to get into the mindset of giving, and it shall be given unto you. That's a principle that's in the Bible. It's a principle in the earth. Seed time and harvest. If you give, it's going to come back to you. Now, I will tell you this. Sometimes it don't come back to you in the way that you thought, but it does come back. And in some cases, when it comes back, you get a better harvest than actually what you planted. And that's pretty, that's positive or negative sometimes. But at the whole, the hope is it's always positive, right? So what do you want your book to do? Do you want it to bring you more clients, more customers? You want to educate them on something? So here's what is called in the industry. It's called a lead magnet. And lead magnets are interesting because you can give a gift, you can give the book, you can give maybe a quiz, you can give them 20% off coupons. I mean, there's a number of ways that you can actually benefit your customer and benefit yourself at the same time. But I will say this, you want to make sure it's benefiting both. There's a win-win scenario. They win, you win. You give them something, they give you something. So what's the exchange? Well, the exchange is their information, right? And information is very, very lucrative right now. Think about Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all this place. They get all of your information. They know your demographics. They know everything about you. What do you know about them besides what the industry papers tell you? You really don't know much about them, but they have all your information. They know what time you wake up. They know what time you go to sleep. They know what time you log in, you log off, everything. So why not take advantage of this? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to create an offer that's real value. You're going to give them something that they can actually put into play. Now, let's say you got 5 steps to whatever it is, 10 steps to X, Y, and Z. You're going to give them step 1 and step 2, or step 1 and that's it. I mean, you're going to give them something that they can actually walk away with and actually find value. And what does that do? It brings them to a place to say, wow, they planted into my life. I must do something for them. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. Brand your business. It allows you to brand your business. You can actually create an ebook, an electronic book, and a paperback book. You can create these things as a lead magnet, and you give it to the customer downloads it, right? They go to your site, they get excited, you give them like a little short video or something like that, a landing page. We're going to talk about all that stuff. And then when they click on it, they actually give something to you and they get something, right? It goes to their email address as long as they put a good email address. So building your brand. If you are new to the business, and this is really for those people who are brand new to business, just started, maybe you came to the summit, you want to grab a golden nugget, a platinum nugget. I want to introduce you to what I do in the self-publishing world. And in this, I actually get rid of some of the myths and things of that nature that people think about self-publishing. Now, it also allows you to build trust. You can build trust around a gift called an ebook or a book, either one. And I'm going to talk about both. But building trust allows people to say, you know what, I want to do business with you. Because people want to like you and trust you before they actually do business with you. They might like your page, like your post, like your this. But if they don't come back and connect, then they haven't really built trust. And in this case, this particular small little thing could actually turn into a big thing. Think about this. It might cost you 0 cents to create something that they can actually do business with you, costing thousands of dollars. Remember the $9.99 I talked about? That one book, I didn't sell books to everybody. I sold one book. I gave one book away. They gave me the $3,000. It was $2,900 for me to come and speak at this family conference in Kern County, California. It was amazing, right? So I used it to educate. I wanted them to know more about who I am and what do I do. And so my journey is in this book. No more crumbs from the table. It celebrates you discovering your tag, your talent, your ability, your gift, and putting it to work in the earth. And I was teaching this class, right, to people who have been in a situation where maybe, they've been dislocated, they got out of the military, or they were homeless and things of this nature. And so when I was working in that environment, I wanted to do something that empowers people, right? So I use my expertise. I was the expert on helping them get out of that space, and I became the SME, the subject matter expert. Perhaps that's you. Maybe it's somebody in your team. I don't know, maybe you just bake bread, right? If you bake bread, what's the difference between me baking bread and you baking bread? Well, it's the ingredients, right? They're all the same, but you might have a method that you can tell me about that's going to make my bread just as good, or even in your case, yours is better than mine. It comes out better because you have this little nuance that you can share. So think about the value in that, right? You can use it as an opt-in for content that's really rich. You know, you give them some rich content that they can use, that makes sense to them, that helps their family. Right now, we're in the COVID situation, and you know, maybe there's an activity, there's a tea that you can tell them to drink. You can help them understand how to detox, or help them cleanse their sinuses, or whatever it may be that you do for your family. You could actually teach them that. As a result, they like you, they trust you, they want to do more business with you, right? And then you can have these forms, right? You can have an e-form that goes to them in this form of let's say an email that goes out, a blast or what have you, and they can put their information in. And if they do that, you send them this book. It's amazing, but it's a bankable book because it goes to them. They now trust you, like you, they've done business with you, and now they want to send something back to you, right? You can have it for targeted traffic. This is amazing because we live in the world of the internet, right? Where you can actually break it down to the minute pieces of how people interact and engage across the internet. Not just men or women, but you can bring it down to somewhere even more specific than that. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Free book plus shipping and handling. So what you do is you say, look, I'm going to give you the free book. All you got to do is cover the shipping and handling. Really powerful. You've probably seen this on TV, you heard it on the radio, you've seen it all over the internet, right? But they'll create a book that costs them 0.22% to make. And then they say, hey, pay the shipping and handling, the $3, the $5, the $6, whatever it is, $7.99. And that takes care of all the costs behind the scene. And it also gives them, again, you get a nice free book. They get an ebook and a nice, beautiful book. And in the case of them getting what they see, what they need inside the book, they say, wow, this person knows their stuff. Let me contact them. Let's say you're an insurance agent, right? Wouldn't it be cool if they could read in there how to, protect their retirement? And now you gave them information about their retirement. They're like, well, what about the rest of the stuff that's going on? How do I protect my house? How do I protect my bank account? Whatever. They might reach out to you. So on the pages along the way, you're going to be giving them some information on how to contact you, how to get back to you, right? And then you can do an ebook, which is real quick. It's downloadable. They got it. But some people are really into flipping pages, and they like the way the paper feels, and they like the book and how it smells and all that kind of stuff. So maybe you'll do both, an ebook and a paperback book. Most people get stuck in the process. And what I do as a self-coach, as a self-publishing coach, is I help them get unstuck. I ask them enough questions, and then I give them some tips and tricks to allow them to get past some of the things that keep people stuck. All right. And I'm going to talk about this 7-day challenge that I'm inviting you to. Now, here's the other thing, landing pages. Landing pages. I know you participated in that just to get into this summit. There was a landing page. It came with a information. Maybe you clicked on something on Facebook. Maybe it came to you in an email, but you read it. You saw that Cheryl, Wood is going to be speaking, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to get there. And Shay Brown, oh my gosh, I got to get there. And so you gave them information, and then they sent you the registration information. You followed that path. And what did they do? They gave you a free seat at the table for this summit. Well, that was a landing page, and you saw it in action. Why not put yourself on the other side of that? Maybe you don't know how to develop a landing page, or maybe you've been trying to do ClickFunnels, but it's too expensive for you to do as a new business. I have a solution for you. Maybe you don't know where to put the pages and how to set them up. I can show you how to set up a simple landing page with your ebook so that you can now help yourself help your customer. And that way you give them something, they give you information, and now you can do business with them. Is this making sense? I hope it is. I'm so excited. Now you see this book right here, Damon John. Damon John is one of the richest men, in his time, right? He started FUBU. You guys remember that, right? But he was in the situation where he said, you know what? There is a power in being broke. And I'm gonna tell you, I know that power. I know that it's this thing that you say, I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give in. I'm gonna continue. But in that brokenness, you don't see yourself as broke, like a human spirit broke. You just see yourself without the money. And then you have the dream, you have the ambition, you have the goal, and you're moving toward that. I want to invite you to sit with me for about 60 minutes to talk about your dream and how you could be going from the power of broke, how you could take the power of broke and actually move yourself to another place. But what I'm talking about this book is he had a simple book cover. What do you have on the book cover? A couple of the words, Damon John, right? Then you have the power of broke. Then you have #1 bestseller or whatever it's saying there, a little certificate. And then, of course, it's just a picture of him. I can show you how to create one just for you about your business. Maybe you're a real estate agent. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're a chiropractor. Maybe you're, I don't know, a relationship expert. Whatever it may be, there's an opportunity for you. And here's the thing. Everything's out there for you. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. What else? WhatsApp. You can make a simple website with WordPress. I mean, there's so much different things. Apple Play, Apple Music, all that stuff. You can do your own podcast. All right. You can do an RSS feed. That way your stuff is syndicated across the internet. There's just amazing stuff available to you. And you do this through a company. Now, the #1 company right now that people are going to is Amazon. I don't care what you say. They are the big man on campus, right? So as a person who finishes their book, you would put it on the Amazon platform and automatically you are now not only worldwide distribution with your book, but now you're in Barnes & Noble, you're in Books A Million, you're a part of Ingram Book Company, you're part of all these different affiliates. And again, affiliates are just companies that have a relationship with the main company and you make money through those companies. So wouldn't it be cool if you position yourself and your business in front of all these people that connect to these particular things? That's the power of your book. Now, every business needs traffic. I don't care who you are. You need a traffic. You got to have somebody coming through what they call a funnel, right? And you can have a quiz funnel. You can have an information funnel. You can have an ebook funnel. But whatever it is, it's business needs traffic. If you need traffic and you're not sure what to do, I'm here to help you navigate that with creating something that's going to get you more traffic. People are going to see it. They're going to say, ooh, I want that, right? So traffic converts over to customers, people who are interested in your business, your service, and whatever you may have, your product. Once they do that, a sale is made. So you have them in this, what they call funnel or process, right? And so what's the beginning of the process? The gift, the giveaway, the book, the ebook. The book, though, is not just a basic book with any kind of old information in it. It is something of value that they can hold on to and actually execute a plan with. And inside that book, you're going to have along the way cookie crumbs right to you. It's going to say, hey, if you want more information, contact me. Hey, if you want to do this, send an email or whatever you may have as your action point, right? But it's going to be a low-tech way to engage with your potential customer, and that lead can turn into sales, all right? So I'm going to show you how to create it from scratch. Go on Canva, Canva, and actually work through this process. Now, if you have not been successful with that, I'll show you the 1, 2, 3 easiest way for you to do what I teach in the course. I teach all the nuts and bolts of self-publishing, but this is going to be the high-level overview here. Now, you go in here, you get your book cover done. Now you have something of value to share with people. And here's the other thing that I do. I help remove the overwhelm of you creating a book, right? I'm going to talk to you about the type of book during our conversation. You're going to sit down. We're going to discuss exactly what type of book should you write. See, some people say, oh, I want to write a novel. I want to write this. I want to do that. I might ask you about your processes, and we might discover that there's one particular part that is a pain point for a lot of people, right? So we're going to get that topic, and then I'm going to give you a structure. I'm going to give you a simple structure that I work with my clients that will actually help you move from thought out of your head, out of your heart, and into your hands, right? And I base this on 20 questions. You ever played that game, 20 questions? It's basically similar to that, where I ask you specific questions and then you just talk to me about it. Or I might have you get somebody that you love, that you care about, that trusts you and you trust them to ask those questions. But we're gonna tweak those questions to make sure you're asking the right question. Because if you ask the wrong question, you may not get the result that you're looking for. They're gonna interview you, and in that, you're gonna be solving problems. You're gonna be solving a problem. You're gonna be solving a pain point that people have, right? And this is called solving the issue. Now, what happens with that is now you help them solve their problem. A law comes into play called the law of reciprocity. That says to you that, hey, you help me, I'm gonna help you. It's one of those things that you just feel obligated in some kind of sense. People feel obligated. Now, not all people, because some people are narcissistic, they could care less about you. They're only focused on themselves. But other people will say, man, you did this for me, I need to do that for you. All right. It's kind of like the mirror neurons start working. It's like, oh, wow, this person sneezed, I'm a sneeze. You know, this person yawn, I'm a yawn. It kind of works that way, right? It's just part of the law, just like gravity and some other laws of the earth. And then, of course, I'm going to show you how you can take audio and turn it into text without ever even picking up a pen. All right. You could type this thing. There's a couple of other ways that I'm going to show you that will revolutionize you writing this book. So you won't have to be like, oh, my God, I don't know what to say. I'm stuck. I don't want you to stuck. There's no such thing. And, you know, Seth Godin says this. There's no such thing as with you know, how people say, I got writer's block. There's no such thing as speaker's block. You could come up with something to say. Now, you might have difficulty in finding the sentence, but that's what I'm here for, to coach you along the way and help you get there. And then we're going to do this on Zoom. Now, let me tell you about Zoom, which is cool, because Zoom does what's called artificial intelligence in the background, and it actually captures all the words that I'm talking about right now, and it puts it in a 94% to 96% accuracy rate in a Word document. And now I can download that document or that text document, and I can turn it into a Word document, and then take that, send it to my editor, which I can find on Fiverr. Fiverr is a place where you can identify and find individuals who are freelance workers, pay a minimum fee to get this work done. I have 3 people that I can put you in touch with. My girl, Allison, take care of you in no time at all. We've been working together since 2016. I've been doing this at the college. And then last year during COVID, I switched from one person to her. I have a person in England, a person in Pennsylvania, and I have Allison, right? California. Now, once that's done, we're at the point of done. And here's the thing, done is better than getting ready, right? You know, people always like getting ready to get ready to get ready to get ready. I want you to own your customer list. I want you to be the owner of it. When people log in or sign in or send you their information, they're not sending it to somebody else who can take their business, shut it down, and take all your information. You're gonna have all that information, all that demographic, age, gender, education, location, status, own or rent, how much money do they make, what their interests are, what language do they speak, especially today's market, because people speak languages of English from all over the world. All right, so I want you to join me in what I'm calling the 7-day Bankable Book Challenge. Right, what you see here is a couple of front covers of a couple of books that I've worked with different clients, but we're going to do what's called the Bankable Book Challenge. 7 days. I'm inviting you to participate with me. So you're going to go to DwayneRoss.com, you're going to log in there, and you're going to also see that button that says set that appointment, and it's going to set that appointment with me, and you and I are going to sit down for 60 minutes under a nonfiction environment and talk about it, right? I want you to ask me what I do. I'm going to ask you what you do. Okay, and we're going to get this free 60-minute coaching session done for you, right? Inside that session, I'm going to talk about those things that I said earlier. When I go back here, this is what we're going to talk about, right? We're going to talk about that offer. We're going to talk about how to make sure you know what your customer needs, how to make sure that you have an effective book cover. We're going to talk about the structure. We're going to talk about the problem that you solve. We're going to talk about how you can make it better for them. You give value, I guarantee you're going to be in a situation where they're going to want to reciprocate and maybe tell somebody about whatever you did for them. All right. And they're probably going to call you back and say, hey, can you show me this X, this Y, or this other Z? And now you have a very satisfied customer. So I want you to go to DwayneRoss.com. That's DwayneRoss.com. sign up today for your free 60-minute coaching session. This is a full coaching session. No fluff, no jumping around bushes, no jumping over hurdles. It is you and I talking about exactly what you need in order to make this thing happen. All right. So I'm looking forward to you working with me and getting this done. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. All right. So hopefully you heard that information. You're excited about that information as I am excited. I want to say again, thank you, Shay Brown, for reaching out to me about this. Thank you so much, Rob House, for sending me the link and giving me the information. And all of you out there, I want to say shout out to Cheryl Woods. I remember her from years ago when she came to speak at a women's conference. And I just want to say thank you. I'm so excited about being here. If you want to get your own Bankable book, reach out to me, Dwayne Ross at DwayneRoss.com. All right. So I'll see you on the next page. I'll see you on the next post or the next live or right here at a summit. Take care, you guys, and we'll see you. Be blessed.